So, hello everyone, I'm back. And what did you buy today on the occasion of Dhanteras? Something special? So, comment me in it and we will go further on our discussion. And this time we are going to just start it. So, let's do something interesting. And so today we are going to talk about UNHRC. Can you comment me the full form of UNHRC? It's United Nations Human Rights Council. And what do you think about human rights? And why is it there? Is have a human right is necessary or mandatory? Can't we live without it? Think for a while. So, what is UN Human Rights Council? Whenever you read UN, most probably it's here for United Nations. So, what is the United Nations Human Rights Council? A United Nations body formed in 2006 to promote and protect human rights globally. There are so many types of human rights, and the fundamental rights which are mentioned in our Indian Constitution, you can also say that the human rights. Human rights are the rights which protect the individuality of a person. So has 47 countries elected by the UN General Assembly for 3 years terms, and India has been elected unopposed for the 2026 and 2028 term. Okay, so it's going 2025, so mean after that. So this is the India's sixth term on the council. An election by consensus shows trust and diplomatic credibility. India replaces or joins other Asia Pacific members like Bangladesh, Nepal, or China. And as you know, uh, these three are what it is neighboring countries of India. So you can mention the all neighboring countries of India. Do you know there is how many neighbor countries of India? And tell me what comes to your mind when you hear human rights. So for me, it's when I hear the word human rights, uh, my mind automatically struck to the fundamental rights that our constitution gave us to live, to freedom of speak, to freedom of religion, have the educational rights. So for me, these are the basic human rights. So what is the purpose of giving human rights to human? So build a shared understanding of the core idea. So what are human rights? Maybe you are clear right now. So you can say that right to life. So what do you understand by right to life? Right to life means no person are able to kill you or give your take your life from you. Okay, even if there is a police or a political system or a political leader, or even if there is a government, they don't have any right to take your life with you. Okay, to you. So right to life is a basic human right. And next we can say that equality. Okay, every person is have to be equal in front of the nation. Okay, so that is, and freedom, and the education. Education is the most important, and these are the basic human rights. Yeah, education is a basic human right that every person has to be. So the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, foundation document, and importance of protecting rights in every country. Okay, likewise, there is so many district courts, state courts, high courts, supreme courts are available in India. So there are so many types of court to protect the states. As like it is, there is a UNHRC who protect the nations. Okay, so it is a national level, international level body. So there is something gender equality. So maybe the situation in India is little bit better than earlier, but in most of the countries the situation is worsened. Okay, and gender equality is so important for every nation's development. If a nation can't understand that how much gender equality is important, they are not able to develop their self, they are not able to grow their economy. Have you got it? So they have to know that every gender, every sex, male and female, both are important for their development, for their countries. Without anyone you can't make growth. Minority, digital rights, etc. And there are modern challenges like fake news, internet freedom, refugees. Uh, have you know? Will you understand the word refugees? Privacy, discrimination. So, which human right do you think is the most important today? So first, if we talk about, so it's right to life. If a person has life, after that he or she is able to give any, take any other rights. So right to life is the basic and first most important right. And after that there is equality, freedom, education, against discrimination. There are so many types of rights that should be a human has. And if we talk about the most important one, so is it is right to life for me. Okay, you can mention your thoughts in comment section. So if we talk about India's past terms, India has served several times before, often spoke for developing countries and the global south. Do you able to understand the word developing countries? India is a developing country, not a developed country. America is a developed country, and India is also going to be. And here is mention a word that is global south. Can you clarify it? Okay, India is referring the global south, the countries that are located in the south of the globe, and advocated for right to be development and digital human rights. So if we talk about achievements and diplomacy, support for gender equality, and as earlier I show you that how much gender equality is important. And there is SDG. Do you know the full form of SDG? It's a sustainable development goal. Growth uh, with the expectation for the future lives. So this is the sustainable development goal, and there are 17 sustainable development goal which is adopted by the world. And counter terrorism, yeah, terrorism is a big challenge in India. So, and with human rights balances, engagement with our democrats on human rights issues. And if we talk about criticism and challenges, some international groups have raised concerns on freedom of speech, press, and minority rights. So, India must balance sovereignty and human rights commitments. So, can a country with internal challenges will play a single role in global human rights protection? I mean, a strong role. So, this is not making this sense. So, what India can do as a UNHRC member? So, do you remember the full form of UNHRC? Can you mention it if you don't forget? So, it is our United Nations Human Rights Commission. So, strengthen South South cooperation in human rights, advocate digital privacy and AI ethics. Do you know the full form of AI? And support gender and education rights globally. And balance human rights with national security and cultural values. Opportunity to lead reform in the UNHRC make it more transparent and effective. So, human rights link directly with democracy, development, and dignity. Okay, if the population of a country is having a basic human rights, so they can do much well, they can grow. And collaboration, not confrontation. Okay, and if we are talking about the collaboration, if we are talking about the human rights, so you have to be collaborate, not confrontate. Confrontation means being fighting with someone. So is a key human rights diplomacy. So, what single step should India take? Okay, I am asking, should India take? First, as a new UNHRC member to improve global human rights. Give me the suggestions in comment section. So, to deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. So, if you want to be developed, you want a developed nation, you want to be advanced economy, advanced technology, first you have to the that type of population. And if your population is working so hard, they are so knowledgeable, so you will grow definitely. But for this, you have to give the basic fundamental human rights to human so that they can work with great achievements. So let's talk about UNEP. And I mentioned you earlier that if you are talking about, whenever you hear the word UN, means it is for United Nation. So we are going to talk about UNEP, means it is United Nation Environment Program. And be remember that environment is the most valuable thing in life if we are talking about natural environment. Okay, nature is that with the help of this you can live. Okay, without can you are not you are not able to survive on the earth. So don't forget it. So, if we're talking about the full form of UNEP, it's United Nation Environment, not protection, it's program. Okay, United Nation Environment Program. Founded in 1972 after the UN conferences on the human environment, Stockholm. And can you imagine where is the headquarters of United Nations Environment Program? It's in Nairobi, Kenya. And do you know Kenya is located in which part of the, and I mean to say that in located in which continent? Kenya, the country, is located in which continent? Have you any idea about it? So Kenya is located in the South Africa. Don't we forget. So why there is UNEP exist? To coordinate the UN's environmental activities. Okay, likewise, the government is doing so many activities to educate children to run their country. So, like that, UNEP is coordinates the environmental programs and minor global environment trick. So, if we talk about the major focus of the United Nations Environment Program, it's about climate change migration. And you know that climate is changing very rapidly just because of our actions that we taken. So you can see that this month is November and there is no sign of coldness. So it's too big talk. Okay, maybe we are neglecting it or enjoying that we are not able to face the winter, but trust me, it's really harmful for us. It's the sign of how climate is changing. And next we can say that pollution and waste management, but an ecosystem and biodiversity protection, sustainable consumption, and green finance. Sustainable consumption means use the things, use the resources to be left for the another generation. So if you could solve one environment problem in the world, which would it be? Let's think. Global funding for forest, especially for protection and restoration, is far below what needs to be 2030 climate and biodiversity goals. Only a small share comes from private investors. Governments still provide most of the finance in United Nations Environment Program. So, developing countries. Can you mention some name of developing countries in the world? And India is one of them of it. So developing countries including India hold large forest areas but lack adequate funding. Yeah, it's 100% true. The world needs to triple forest finance by 2030 to stay on stacked for the zero targets. And forest absorb CO2. Yeah, okay, if there are so many plants around you, surrounding you, they can absorb the CO2. And if in a room you are sitting almost 40 to 50 people, they all are exhaling CO2, and CO2 makes the environment hot, and so there is maybe a possibility of humidity. But if these 30 or 50 people are around in the trees, surrounding between the trees, so that much humidity is not there. Why? Because plants are taking impurities from the air of a CO2, so they are so helpful to us, protect biodiversity, and sustain livelihoods of millions. Losing them increases climate risks. So why do you think private companies invest so little in forest? Because they are thinking that this is not their interest. But trust me, if there is no natural environment, you are also not able to live here. Okay, if you are thinking that we don't have to face the winter, we can pass out this month, so you can only pass out this month, not the whole years of your life. Your life is being shortened day by day whenever you are not studying or learning new things. Am I clear? So what new ideas could attract business on youth into forest protection? Okay, it is your homework. So India's forest and tree cover is 24% of total area. Okay, so can you mention me the the percentage of water on the earth, on the whole earth? India's forest and tree cover is 20% of total area. And if we talk about numerous schemes, so National Afforestation Program, Green India Mission, Compulsory Afforestation Fund. So India participates in UNEP and UNFCCC forums and has committed to restoring 26 million hectares of degraded land by 2030. So importance for India: forest support rainfall, soil fertility, livelihoods, and biodiversity. Okay, so deforestation from, oh, there are so many challenges to environment, like deforestation. Okay, deforestation means human is spoiling the whole land. And if you tell me um, that they can open the field, so you try it, try there. So mining and obstructions, weak informants of forest laws. Okay, if there are limited or all laws, sorry for disruption. Okay, so one of the challenge is mining and maybe infrastructure, because so many trees are cut off just for the making the infrastructure, making the roads, buildings, And there are so many ecological problems that are uh, what it said create that are create just because of they want to create the infrastructure. Most of the railway lines are crossing through the forest, and whenever uh, it tears, this railway lines cut the connection between the two forests, and animals or another birds, I'm not we are not go, have to say birds, it's animals are not able to connect to each other. So if you are developing the infrastructure, make sure that you take care of the environment also. I'm talking about the natural environment, so let me say nature. Okay, make the sorry so take care of the nature also if you are doing something for your country, for your nation, for your state, or anything. And weak enforcement of forest laws, and it's really a big cause because there are so many forest laws, but there are not that much forest officers who take care of these laws. Humans are breaking these laws easily, and they not get punished for it. And limited awareness and corporate accountability. So there can be many solutions for these problems. And first is green bonds and carbon credit. And when I was um, preparing for my UPSC exams, I read it a lot about it, but I'm not that much updated about it that it is working well or not. But I heard about it too much for approx 1 to 2 years. And community forest management. Okay, it's empower locals and tribal people. If we take everything on the nation or on the authority, so it is not the solution. We also have to solve it by personal level, on the personal level. So community forest management can help in it. And next is education and technology. I'm not going to talk about that much about technology, but education. If you are educated, you will understand the importance of nature, that how much nature is important for your existence, for existence of human life. So education can solve so many problems. And technology maybe help you in monitoring, yeah, on these areas where human can't go. The drones etc are helping, what is it, monitoring, help in monitoring. The greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. And it's a universal problem, not just about this thing. Okay, whenever we are thinking that another person can do it, what can be changed by only doing ourselves, by only doing me? So it's not the solution of anything. If everyone thinking that I have to do it, so the whole world will do it and the problem is erased forever. Okay, Just make a small change in yourself and do for environment that you will, then the problem is solved. Okay, then we will meet tomorrow in the morning. I hope so. Bye bye, good night, and happy Dhanteras to all.